Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Hope you're doing good. I wanted to come on and do a little video for you. I was going to do a live feed, but I decided, I haven't made an announcement, and so I just decided to go ahead and do just a regular video. And then if you guys are interested in maybe seeing some live feeds later on, let me know, and maybe we can schedule something. What I'm doing right now is I'm just doing, I'm going to do some mottling layers for you guys on this custom Abigail I'm working on. You're going to have to excuse my lighting. I'm so sorry. I'm using my my Galaxy phone, and the lighting looks really off here. Of course, I'm still very early in the process, so she's not going to really look like much right now. But anyway, let's go ahead. I'm going to have to mix up some more paint, and I'm going to be doing a red mottling layer. And what I'm going to use for this let's put some thinner in. I'm going to be using some Pyro 02 and a little bit of Genesis Red. And let me see if I can show you how to get those mixtures. And then, of course, I'm going to need my red mottling sponge. I'll grab that here in just a second. Just go ahead and get all this mixed in from the last mixture. And another reason I wanted to come on and just show a little bit of reborning is because I've had some requests to do some tutorial series, and I did a tutorial a long time ago, maybe about a year ago, for beginners and for those that didn't have, they could only, afford so much at the time, and we just used the Bountiful Baby premix sets on that tutorial. So I have been considering an advanced tutorial series, but I don't know. We'll just have to see what kind of reaction and demand there is for it. So this is my red mottling sponge that I use. You'll need to poke some holes out, and all you do to make a sponge for mottling is to take a regular sponge and get a set of tweezers and just pluck the little holes out, and make sure you tear off these little tiny ends and the edges so you don't have a square going around on your baby. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some of this mixed up. Gonna take my Pyro Red, but I have to break open my other bottle here. And all I did is kind of just tainted my brush a little bit with it. Put that right in the thinner. And Genesis is one of the paints that will trick you. Your mix here will look a lot darker than what it really is. Now with my Genesis Red, This is a much brighter red. So I'm just going to take the edge of my brush. This is what I'm putting in. Right there. And that's going to give me a beautiful tomato looking color. And that's what I want. Tomato red. And this is just one of the reds that I'm going to be using on here. Okay. Get my mixture mixed up here. I'm going to drain off the excess of the brush. I'm going to load up my mottling sponge. Right like this. Hadn't been used in a while, so I'm probably going to have to. Okay. I'm going to buff that off with my paper towel. I'm just going to make sure that the color is how I want it here on my doll. And that looks good. Hope you guys can see that okay. And guys, when you're doing your mottling layers, you can't just go and stamp them on, because if you do, what's going to happen is you're going to have a pattern on your doll. And that is one surefire way to lead to a creating a doll rather than a reborn, rather than something that looks like an actual baby. Okay, so you want to go ahead and make sure you keep turning that sponge so that your mottling is uneven. Okay. And then what I usually do is I'll start up here on the top of the head. And what happens is that uses up a lot of the paint off of my sponge. So when I get down to the face, I don't have a whole lot of that paint left, and my mottling is a lot lighter on the face. Because you don't want real heavy mottling on your face. If you want any at all, you want it to be light, okay? Let me move this paint well. So we can get this little girl. And if you're wondering, this is Abigail by Laura Tuzio Ross. Now what I'm going to do here, because I don't do mottling on the nose, I go ahead and put the paint there anyway. And then I'm just going to pounce it a bit to blend it. And what this does, it still gives me the color right there on the nose. But I don't have that mottling effect because babies usually do not have mottling on their nose. Okay. I hope this is a good view for you. I hope you can see well. Just getting in those ears. And I'll go ahead and load my sponge up again. So I'm about out of paint. Now I'll go ahead and start on this side of the head so that I can get that darker, the excess that I don't want crowding the face. Back of the ear, I'm just going to kind of bend my sponge a little bit to fit behind the ear. Okay, since I've used a lot of my paint there, I'm going to go ahead and go back down into the face. And then just pick up the ones I haven't done yet, the areas I haven't done yet. And then that'll lead me right back around to where I need to be. Put some more paint on there. I cut my flash off. It said my battery was too low. Oh, that sucks. I hope you guys can still see well. Okay. pretty good. And what you can do, guys, what I do with most of my colors, a lot of my colors, I'll go like right here over the mouth so that I can get those areas of skin that's surrounding the mouth. And then I'll take a little boo-boo stick. Bless you. With a little bit of thinner. I call it my boo-boo stick. It's just a little eyeshadow stick. And I'll clean off that unwanted paint off these lips. And that gives me full coverage on all the skin layers. I mean skin parts. Okay. And this little head is ready to dry, so I'm going to put her on the dry rack. And then I don't think my battery's going to let me go too far, so I'll go ahead and just show you on one of the limbs how I do. I'm not going to reload the sponge because we still got some paint on there. So I do model my hands. Just make sure you pay real close attention to those fingertips, guys. Those fingertips are one of the quickest paint suckers around. And I do the same thing like I did with my lips, and I'll go back and wipe off any unwanted paint from my fingernails. And I'm just doing the same thing, remembering to keep my sponge moving, twisting and turning in different directions, so you get that natural mottling effect rather than a pattern or stamped on look. I'll go ahead and wipe this off. I believe it's about time to reload. Sometimes I'll catch a spot, like where I twist my sponge, it doesn't meet up right. So I'm just taking a hit it with like the side of my sponge there, so that it just all flows together naturally. And guys, mottling's one of those things, it can be beautiful, it can add depth, it can do so much for your doll, but it can also ruin your doll. If it's too dark, if it's in a pattern, if it just doesn't look realistic. It also helps you to add depth to your skin. So just be careful. Do a couple little pounces on your kit, just to make sure, because with Genesis especially, in my opinion, the True Color does not shine through with or compare or match to what it does in your well or even on your paper towel here. I mean, you can get an idea, but it doesn't. It just depends on what color your kit is at the time and how well it's going to show up. Okay, so there's our finished one. I'm going to make sure that didn't leave any bad marks on those fingertips there. It doesn't look like it did. And if you just don't feel comfortable, you can always take your sponge and just tap your fingertips there, just to kind of make sure they're well blended. If you don't want to take any chances, or you don't even have to model your hands if you don't want to. I just always have preferred to do that. I like everything to match and look like it flows well together. So, alright guys, I guess I'll go ahead and end the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped you out in some way. If you enjoy seeing these types of videos and you'd like me to do some more, and maybe eventually a full-fledged tutorial, just let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful night, and God bless you. Bye-bye.